here. I think it's been 5 years or more.
I don't remember.
But, he's a graphite artist from Newcastle. So come on up and get close. And Sean will share with you about his fascinating technique. Okay.
First. Thank you all. I'm for having me here. I'm actually right now, I'm currently one of the artists at Art House in Sacramento. I graduated from UC Davis. I briefly studied underneath
You're good.
Wayne Tebow. Let me talk about some of my work here. Let's talk about this one, the older one here. This one here is kind of a, well,
Go ahead. Just ignore me.
this one here is kind of more of an experiment to try to get a diagonal line without a diagonal line by using the look of the snow leopard. It was actually on this piece also, I was having some problems. So I called the manufacturer of the pencil and found out that I'm not using graphite, I'm also using carbon pencils. So that was kind of a little bit of a shock to me, since the pencils are all marked graphite. And then all this black right here is pencil. I went through about.
You do that all with pencil?
All the pencil, yes.
I don't think pencil a lot too.
But the hardest part about it is this is, you know. The sharper it is, the easier it is. But yet, the more you sharpen it, the quicker you go through your pencil. But this paper is also textured. And because it's textured, I have to go over it just a little hard, so I'm actually burnishing the paper as I'm adding to it.
You're taking your depictions your graphite off. Or
No, what I'm doing the black, what I have to do is I have to flatten the paper because it's textured, because I use 90-pound paper.
oh, okay.
I use the heavier paper because one of my pieces almost actually erased to the paper.
They works better, right?
And then it also helps with the texture a little bit. Originally on this one, it was if you ever go to the Sacramento Zoo and go see the snow leopard, it's actually a round rock and I actually converted to square because it's difficult. So. And then when it came to the whiskers, I had to draw around it because it's paper, the black I used stains the paper. And then another little fun fact is with the cats with the nose, the bridge, the way they work, the way I photographed it, the cat looked cross-eyed. So I had to move its pupil over, so it didn't look cross-eyed.
Well,
You're nice.
can I ask you?
Yeah.
How long to do that?
I try not to keep track. I did one that was similar to this, it was all black. It took me about 100 hours. And then took me about 10 hours to blacken the whole background. I like to do the background in one sitting. But that doesn't always work out. I also learned don't use a hand sharpener. Because it just hurts your hand. And plus you're pressing hard. And that hurts your hand even more. And then the only problem with the electric pencil sharpeners is the lead will sometimes break off, because it's kind of more brittle. And when it breaks off, you have to take the pencil sharpener apart. Is that fun? And then we'll talk about this one. Yeah. This one I got when I went to the San Diego Zoo. I went exactly when I went, but it was in 2019 before it had been shut down. Just before. My brother was going to San Diego to buy a $9,000 bicycle for $900.
Oh my God.
So I got a chance to go into the San Diego Zoo for about 6 hours.
Yeah, that sounds suspicious.
It was, I don't know. I don't know bicycles, but anyways.
You made it an opportunity.
I made an opportunity. I was there for 6 hours and I took 2,500 photographs. So I got a lot of photographs. But you know, it just with animals, you just have to take as many as you can, because you never know when you can get that right look.
Yeah.
Um,
Now, is this, did you say this is in graphite
graphite and carbon.
and carbon?
Carbon. So the really black, dark, rich, that's the carbon pencil. Because originally they manufactured it and it was like all these blue Steeler, blue pencils, right? It was double E, and then they said, okay, we'll just make it an 8B, and then they said, okay, we'll just make it a set pencil, but I didn't know that, and they didn't mark the new pencils. So when I called them up about a problem with it, they told me about it, and then I looked at the pencils, and sure enough, I had one of the graphite pencils, and if I had done that with the black, would have actually messed up my drawing. I would have had to start all over again. Because the graphite makes it just shiny. Like, it's hard to get rid of. So. But anyways, this is Paul Dunn. It's one of the growers there, and he was actually I got this really great photo of him just posing like this. The only problem was his original photo, his hand was cut off.
Oh.
And I don't know if anybody's ever tried to do primates. They're really hard because they're so close to human, but so far it's like they're human, but they're not human. So you have a tendency to want to make them like human. So it was kind of more like a cross between like almost like a dog paw and a hand. So it's kind of hard to explain what their hands were like. But I had a lot of fun drawing with all this fur, you know. So what I'll do is I use an eraser to go back in, and that helps me get the flow. I use a pink pearl eraser, which a lot of people say that's a bad eraser because it smears. I think it's a great eraser because it smears.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to the background, what I do is on the drawing, I'll every 2 inches, I'll mark off however, I'll mark off so that way I know what pencil I'm at. And then I'll also use like these bridges over here of this. I'll show you. I have a bridge up here, and it just hangs over my drawings. I can slide them up and down. And then that helps me, find out about from cross to cross where I need to go for a particular pencil. And then as far as the blending goes, what I do is say if this is like this is the 5B area and this is the 4B area, I'll take the 4B and I'll actually use that to blend. And then that way, with doing the blending like that, I'll just go over the lighter and it helps it smooth it all out.
Are these sizes 4B or is it hardness?
So the way it works with pencils, it's kind of a little bizarre. I don't know what the terms are.
Yeah,
I probably should research it, so I have a pencil.
no, I just wondered.
But for me, it just works. I
Yeah,
think it was this B is black, bit or brittle, because they kind of a little more brittle, but it's dark
okay.
black. H stands for, I guess, hard because it's lighter.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then in between, there's an HB, which I will start drawing everything. HB, I like to pre-draw everything because it's easily erased. And then there's an F somewhere there.
Okay.
I don't know where that falls. They just need an extra shape, so let's just put an F in there. We're gonna move on to this one. This one I was lucky enough to be working with wildlife refuge, wildlife rescue group, Gold Country Wildlife. Some of you heard of them.
Yeah.
And then in it, they had a raven that they were raising from a chick, and they actually released back into the wild down in Santa Barbara with another raven. This particular one, I was in the cage photographing it, and it landed on my shoe.
Oh my gosh.
I just really like this image because it's looking up at you. You know, how many times do you see a bird looking up at you? This is just great.
When they tilt their head.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, well, what are you doing up there? But the problem is I didn't want to draw the shoe. So I'm like, okay, I can't draw dirt because that's not interesting. I could draw a little couple rocks, but really I shouldn't just gave me cracked earth. I just really like the look of cracked earth. So what I did was I didn't want to get sued or anything like that, so I started off looking for all these images of cracked earth. Found one to work with, and I just kind of made up a pattern as I went along, which drove me crazy. So I drew the bird, said I always try to draw the hardest thing first, because if you draw the hardest thing first, it's much easier to start all over again. So if I mess up the eyes, I just start over again, and I'm like, well, I'll already do it. I don't waste like hundreds of hours. This one I drew the bird, got the bird all done. And then I started drawing the background. Got about here, got bored. And I started doing other projects. And it became a long time, so this particular one took me 6 years.
Oh.
I started pre-COVID. And then January this year, I think around the 10th or something like that, it was due up at Twisted Track in Sacramento, a big show. Cynthia Boo was the curator. Cynthia drawing play right here. Nisa. So, anyways, so it was due at 10 o'clock in the morning, and so I hurried up that night, got it all finished. Got this one framed, both along with another one, and I was done at 1 a.m.
After 6 years.
6 years, yes.
Sounds like a deadline.
Yeah, that got me going, so then, didn't get much sleep and blurred. And then I entered it in the Animal House in Sacramento. I actually got first place for this, and then not knowing I was gonna get the first place, I actually also entered it into Strokes of Genius. Best of drawing, and then got it too. So that will be in that magazine in December.
How'd you get the bird to for you that long?
Yeah. I tied my shoelaces.
Oh,
So
Now, who does your map work?
I go to the frame company, they're in Rancho Cordova. I really like this,
I like the frames.
and the frames, he has he has them in stock. So he just has to order them, and because he doesn't have to order them, I get a better price.
Oh, I mean, all different sizes, yes?
Thickness, he has a bunch of stock, I mean, I'm sorry, but he's a really good price. For what he does.
Yeah, oh, I can't blame it.
I mean, everybody else, you need to go to like I think I went to Michael's and I needed a mat, and then it says, oh, there's some crazy price, like $90 for just a little mat. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah,
And they're like, oh, we'll give you a discount if we put it in for you. I'm like, no.
What's the name of that guy again?
It's the Frame Factory.
Yeah.
It's Rancho Cordova. I'm drawing a blank.
that's what it's called,
I'm
The
Sunrise.
Frame Factory.
Yeah.
Yeah, he moved to cover. It used to be Delta Mat and a couple other things. Now it's the Frame Factory. It's off of Fire or something like that. Fire, I can't.
Okay, yeah.
He's,
You deal, is there a guy to, if you call? It's okay.
I'm sorry, I'm
That's a-
I'm a little
I
flustered.
mean, I love your pictures, don't get
Yeah,
me wrong,
yeah.
I'm not trying to.
Oh no, he's a great guy. He's a great guy.
I just wanted,
I'm just drawing a blank right now.
okay,
I'm sorry.
that's cool, cool, thank you, this is.
Yeah. Although you should be careful, one time I was going down there, I had entered and I was just cutting it close and it turned out I was going to a transmission shop. Or something like that.
No, it doesn't look like frame.
I'm driving along, I'm like, this doesn't look right, and I pulled over and checked my, oh, that's the wrong spot, so yeah, it's the Frame Factory.
I found a frame factory in Sacramento,
Yes,
on Fight, it's on Fight Circle.
yes,
Okay, Fight, FITE Circle,
Oh,
frame
thank
factory,
you.
Sacramento.
yeah, they got really good prices.
I found a real good framer right down here on Vernon Street in Roseville,
Okay,
right when Kitty corner from the museum. He did 2 of my paintings, and I liked what he did.
Okay,
okay,
and he's reasonable?
Yes, he was reasonable, yes.
what's that involved?
I might have his number. I have his card, I don't.
So I'm looking for.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
yeah,
This guy,
He was good.
yeah, check out my guy, cause he's just, his prices are really good.
Yeah.
Friend of mine and everything.
He's always treated me right. So,
Noel Flynn is across from Blue Line.
Yeah.
Yeah, right,
that's probably who you
Oh,
would.
he's across from Blue Line?
Yeah, you moved, yeah,
So,
Noel Flynn.
yeah, you moved, he was,
I just left it with him, I said, do what you can for it. And I was amazed when he said that.
So, for your Raven, how many different pencils did you use?
A lot.
See, or here, or every day, or,
Oh,
no, well,
we're ready
it's
for that.
different. Okay.
Yeah, there's a 10" I use, which is barely see it, I use that kind of more as a blender. And that goes all the way down to, 10" 9" all the way down to just H, instead of 1H. And then I believe it's F, then it goes to HB, and then it goes to B. And then B2, B3, B4. B5 I try to avoid because it starts to get really shiny. I don't like that shiny look. And then that's when I start going into carbon pencils. And the carbon pencils, they have a HB. This is Steeler Black, HB. B2, 4, 7, and 8. Might have 6, but I got here.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Once you're done, do you spray it so it doesn't smear?
No.
You don't spray?
No, you don't.
Wow.
It's pretty stable. And I was debating whether or not to, I was debating whether or not I should spray. And I was talking to a pastel artist, and they said they never spray their work. And I'm like, I don't have to. But they spray it because they don't like the look of it.
Yeah.
But my work is a lot more stable than pastels. I mean, unless you just take your hand and start smearing, it'll be fine, because I'm actually able to put the paper on top of it, it's fine. Only problem I run into is, this is all plexiglass.
I was gonna ask you that. Yeah.
Because it is plexiglass, it starts creating static electricity, and it'll suck some of the graphite from the carbon up, but I just make sure I wipe it off.
I remember doing charcoal drawings back in the 70s and I used hairspray to set it.
Oh.
And it didn't make it shiny at all, it just, set it.
Makes it sticky.
No, it wasn't sticky after.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that too, and then
It just was funny.
a lot of times with some of the graphite artists will use like a mat just to tone get rid of the shine, but
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me, I don't know how to do it, I just really just.
And you don't want to ruin your painting.
Yeah, I don't wanna ruin it and get
Yeah.
put too much in one spot, so, and it just works for me, and I can actually go back in and rework my stuff, so.
Can you use your finger and kind of smear some of that when you want to, or?
If I wanted to, but I avoid smearing, I
Okay.
use a pencil or eraser to.
Okay, that's what you use, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, may I ask you a question?
Sure.
Well, now you led right into it. I missed what you said. What kind of eraser is it that you're using?
Pink pearl.
Oh,
And
okay,
then a little mechanical pencil eraser, it's 10 of them,
okay.
and I think it's like a 0.5 or 0.2, I can't remember exactly. But it looks like a mechanical pencil and it works great.
Okay. And you're using now, you used to always use just the graphite. What did you say you're using for that intense black behind them?
That is a carbon, I found that out probably after I talked to you, that is a carbon pencil. It's always been a carbon pencil. Steeler just, and their infinite wisdom, made me look
Okay.
bad.
Thanks.
I have a question.
Yeah,
I don't see your signature on any of your art. Is there a reason?
I have a monogram, bottom corner, like a S and a B combined.
Oh, okay.
Here it is.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, I used to like some of my oil paints, I did little monograms and put, ONITL, write it out, but my pencils, but you know what, that's too fun. My name's plastered all over again, we got labels and stuff, so I.
Yeah. Sometimes it ruins the picture.
Yeah, plus I have a business card on the back of these.
I'm surprised that when he framed it, that he didn't smear anything. I'm shocked.
It's pretty stable, it's just, it's not like chalk pastel, it's the bottom. Okay, next, this one's done. It just needs to be signed and I have to photograph it. I was actually having problems photographing it because it's getting too shiny. This baby giraffe. I photographed it at San Diego Zoo, it's one of those 2,500. And I really liked it just because it's this kind of goofy foot coming out now. And then the pom-poms, that's how you can tell it's a calf. So it's full pom-poms. yeah, I just like it because it's just. I don't know, I call this one quiet time, is what I want to call this one. Just kind of just feels nice, calm, resting. This one was a bit of a pain because. I was looking more at the pose than I was looking at the spots. And this particular one is a Maasai giraffe, which means crazy spots. Because you think like giraffe, you get the little, like the pentagon shapes and whatnot all over it. Well, these ones are like really wild tie-dye look. So this one took me a little while longer because I was trying to make it look get the tie-dye look and make it look fuzzy. All this is the photograph was really fuzzy, and I really wanted to bring that out. And then bring out the shape too. And then if you look, there's closer, you can see there's some wrinkles and whatnot. I tried to pull it back.
Oh, cool.
And then you can see right here where I put these lines here, and then numbers. That's just so I know what number pencil to use. And then I have a much longer bridge that I was using to help me, maintain these long lines.
So now, is this framed? I mean, did you have the frame covered?
I just haven't got the frame done yet. I had some problems and I haven't gotten the frame yet, and I need to get this photograph. So it's done. It just need to be get the frame. And when frames, what I do is from the frame factories, I actually order the frames, and then I put them together myself.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I saved $40. It's not much, but if I ever get a commission, then I have them do it all, because that's just one less nightmare. Because I don't know if anybody, if you ever put frames together, you start put it together, you look at it and you see like this little piece of lint,
Yeah.
and then you take it apart, buckle in, get it perfect, shine a light on it, and then you put 2 staples in, check it, once back. Then you do it again, get all your staples in, and there's even more of it. So you pull out all the staples and do it all over again. So it could be a nightmare. I was actually did a commission. I promised the person I'd help them put them together if they helped me. Just a little drawing, 3 hours bringing it.
So maybe the $40 is worth it.
Yes, sometimes.
For me, it would be.
Yes. But if you have time, it's
For hair dryers.
yeah.
There you go.
What's your canvas or your paper? What is that?
This is a 90-pound drawing paper. It was U-Trick was the brand. They went out of business obviously a while back. Someone asked me, "Oh, what type of paper?" I said, "Oh, I'll send you a link." Right? Looked it up, and these are I'm using rolls of like they're 40 inches by 10 yards. So yeah, it's quite big, and normally they're $50. So they're back then. I don't know what they do now. So when I send them the link, I noticed they're $15 each. So I said, okay, 10 rolls. So I got a lot of paper still.
Good.
I think I'm down to 5 rolls. The problem with the rolls is, if you're not paying attention, they'll start, creasing and whatnot. So that's why I have to be careful.
Do you always start with a photograph for your inspiration, or do you want to photograph something and then go from there? Or does this...
I usually work from my photographs. I have a situation where I might have to start working from other people's photographs, because it's a lot easier for me to get the exotic animals, like go to the zoo or whatnot. I actually was helping out a wildlife refuge, and I got some great pictures of mountain lions and whatnot. Some monkeys. I actually got a picture of a monkey sucking its thumb, which is really cute. I haven't done anything with it yet, but I plan to eventually. But yeah, I wanted to start doing some more of the local animals, which I'm gonna have to reach out to somebody, a friend, somebody to know that does animals. And it's all the local animals like bears and whatnot. Although I got a couple really good of a coyote and a black bear. Okay, and then this one. So what this strange animal is, can everybody see this?
It's a kangaroo?
Yeah.
No?
Some kind of a deer type
or,
animal.
Yeah.
or llama or alpaca.
This is a gazelle.
Oh.
Wow.
I was at San Diego Zoo again, anytime, and come around the corner. And I see the gazelle feeding off this thing. I'm like, oh my God. So I ran right up, took the photograph, took a lot of photographs, made sure I got the feed. And then the parts I was came home, looked at it. Right here was cut off. So, but luckily I had a couple other photographs, so I know exactly what it looks like. So
He
I
was feeding off what?
they had leaves.
Oh.
So it was up hanging up right
Oh,
like this. I just thought it was just kind of like this really bizarre dance looking. So I that's why I did this. A lot of times when I do drawings, I'll do the drawings, especially if I'm gonna have a dark background. When I start putting the dark background on, and all of a sudden my drawing becomes much lighter because it's compared to the black background. So that's what I did here. I just put the black background just to see where I was. And then what for the rest of it, I'm gonna do a fade just like I did on the gorilla over here. So it's just gonna be faded out.
And no leaves?
No leaves, no. No. Actually, the leaves were kind of covering up quite a bit of its belly, but I was able to see enough and get photoshopped enough, just.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I show you the picture, it's gonna, you can see kind of like choppiness. And then. Oh, it's- I actually have photographs that I use. I print out my reference photographs, the same size. Because normally I use my iPad and I look at it. But the problem is, you know, it's like, if I blow it up and I start not paying attention, all of a sudden I'll start drawing. You know, like maybe the holes are way too big or something like that, so that way it just helps me, you know,
Yeah.
keep the proportion.
Wondering how you did
yeah, I
that.
was gonna ask you if you had a grid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Huh.
well, I project,
You what?
I project.
Oh.
I figured if Vermeer can project, so can I.
Yeah.
I actually saw a video on why Vermeer didn't project. Guy put out all these great arguments of why the background wasn't projected. It's just you know, my project and whatnot, just a tool to make everything go
From the
fast.
camera.
Yeah.
From a,
Yeah, they were using camera obscura, it's the same thing as project. But for me, it's just like I do is I'll get the proportions and then I really will start drawing in. And so I'll go redraw a whole bunch of stuff. Cause I want to make sure I have nice flowing lines,
Yeah, so you change it up a little bit here and there.
Yeah. So it doesn't get it, I don't,
Yeah.
I just want the proportions, I don't,
Yeah,
so I'm not fighting it so much. Whereas like this one right here, I actually freehanded all that background.
because your shoe was in the, well, your.
No shoe. And then when it comes to do I work in black with my reference photos? I like using color. Because the problem is especially on this piece, I'm actually people say, drawing's a good place to start. You don't have to worry about color and stuff like that. I actually do have to worry about color. So for me, it's actually a lot harder because how do I separate this brown from gray? That's my problem. So I work in color and I try to work it out as best I can. Try to make this look gray, this look brown. And then you run into situations like where you got two shades of exactly the same. With painting, you can make one kind of cooler, one warmer, one like separate. I don't have that luxury. There's actually a drawing I did where I was kind of messing around. It was a snake bird. It's actually in the hallway of the art house right now. And and on the branch, I actually what I did was I drew the bird, made it all nice and smooth, and I wanted to separate the branch out. And to separate the branch out, I drew it kind of rough to give what more texture to separate the two. I could pull that up on my iPad to show everybody. Snake bird, yeah, it's an African darter. When I did this one originally, they had like this kind of cool ribs. When I did it originally, there's actually, I found out there's two types of darters. There's an American darter and there's an African darter. The African darter is also called a snake bird. And the American darter is in Florida and it's called a water turkey. I was hoping it was a water turkey, but no, it's
Wow.
but I can.
The wood's cool.
Yeah, I potentially made the wood, it actually, it. Took me only a couple hours to do the wood because I just wanted really rough.
That is gorgeous. Wow.
So what I do is I do a lot of drawing and racing, more drawing and racing it gets.
And it gets rougher looking.
The more drawing race feathers. That's one section to smooth. And then when I get to the roughness, that's just a texture paint, I didn't do anything.
Very nice.
When did you start out drawing from back in the day? Whenever you started, when did you start out?
One of my best drawing classes in high school was English. This was for a second.
Yeah, but what did you do farm animals, zoo animals, or did you do people portraits? Or what did you do?
I was a teenager, so I drew skulls.
Oh,
I also did, I've occasionally, people ask, do you do people? Yes, I do, occasionally. I guess we can pop it up through here.
Oh, dude, I was gonna go, I don't see a person.
Yeah,
Oh, that's so cool.
Wow.
this,
Wish you could hear us in Zoom land going, oh, wow.
so I'm trying, sorry. So this one, what I did was I really wanted to draw the mountains. But that was the main thing, but the problem is the figure was gonna be a lot harder, so I drew the figure first, because you know, if I made a mistake, I want to start over.
Yeah.
Drew the figure. And then started the mountains. Loved doing those mountains. And then thought, oh crap, I've never done water before. Did the water last, so it came out just like I wanted.
I love the dramatic way that you portray your work because you have this empty space there. It just makes everything so dramatic, so I was ready to mention it. And he does that on all of them.
Yeah, so I do that a lot, just so the object has more room, the subject has more room to breathe.
It's just amazing.
I've been influenced by Chinese landscape paintings, just by the sheer size.
They have an amazing sense of dark and light, that's all I can say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You really do, that's good.
thank you. And then I do have one more. Let's see.
Oh, wow.
Too much. Nope.
There we
Don,
go.
you never cease to amaze us.
Nope.
Wow.
Oh, that's really cool.
This one, so my friend, he said, was talking to somebody and he said, it was upset about, losing his stepfather. So what happened was they went back to India to visit the stepfather. And they had a son, and the son never really talked much until then. And then the stepfather was able to get him to talk, and then shortly after, the stepfather passed away. And then my friend showed me the drawing, and I said, "Are you the photograph?" And it was a really bad photograph. What it was is the guy took a photograph looking down on it, so it was all stretched out, distorted. And I said, "Are you going to draw that picture drawing?" And he goes, "Draw the picture." He goes, "I don't know." He says, "If you don't do it, I'll do it." He goes, "Go ahead." So I was able to do this, and I was able to give him the drawing.
Wow.
He actually commissioned me to do it.
Mhm.
Really like having, I had a lot of fun drawing that beard. Can't really see as much of the detail kind of point out.
Yeah. How old is the child now? No.
Pre-COVID, so probably in his teens now. Maybe, I don't know.
I like how you drape the blanket over the.
Yeah, that was exactly like that, yeah. Originally, I thought it was a little girl. And that was the boy, I was like, okay, I gotta butch him up. Make him a little masculine. But, you know, again, they're young at that age, so. um, A lot of times, you know, we'll say one of the hard subjects is children, just because. We have a tendency to want to draw them more like an adult. And that starts becoming in the range of. Homunculoids, I don't know if anybody familiar with the term, homunculoid. Homunculoid is when you ever see a baby Jesus, how he looks so weird. Because it's the idea of baby Jesus came out perfectly formed. So they're giving them all adult proportions, which makes them look solid. And people, when they draw what they know is, you know, adult faces. They try to push the adult face, the baby face. Well, the baby face is just all you gotta think is touch.
Oh, I see, great.
What else?
Well, I have my slide working, I can show you some more.
I'm enjoying this.
Oh, wow. That's great. Very.
Yeah, this one, I got in trouble at the zoo, Sacramento Zoo. It was feeding the giraffe, so I'm like, I don't wanna get a picture of a giraffe eating, they're reaching its tongue, you know? So I started feeding the lettuce to the giraffe, and then. The zookeeper says, stop teasing the giraffe, and yelling, stop teasing the giraffe, okay, I'm sorry. And then he hands me another piece of lettuce, I'm like, you just yelled at it. All right, you know what's gonna happen. So.
They have long tongues.
Oh, yeah, it was purple too, I think.
Oh my God, wow.
I just also like this because you got the big head, distorted body, and the long tongue.
Yeah, yeah.
This one. This one actually make it. This is an outtake from a commission that I had. The dog was sitting so long, I thought it was in trouble. Plus, I also, you know, the original photo, I tilted the head down a little bit more, just to make it push it just a little bit more. This was actually one of the. This made it on the cover of. Sac City, or I can't remember the name of it right now. Sacramento.
Just the Sacramento magazine?
Yeah, Sacramento magazine.
Okay.
No, it's not magazine. It's
No,
like a news magazine. I can't remember. It's like newsprint. I'm drawing a blank right now. I'm sorry.
I don't know what it is.
I was actually the first black and white cover for it. I should have brought a copy, but I didn't think about that yesterday.
Is that the one Cecily Hastings supervises? It's kind of like a newspaper. There's a land park version.
Yes. What's that?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know. I can't.
But there's a new cover artist every month,
month,
and
yes.
for each region of
For each region.
like American
Uh-huh.
River, South.
I can't think of it either. Used to get it.
Inside.
Inside Sac.
Oh, inside.
By the way, you can compete, you can send in your work for them to consider whatever area you're in. I did it one time, but I never got on the cover, but it's.
Well, I got the cover, so I was also doing the show at Twisted Track, which is right down the street from Lakers.
Well, does it include the county areas of Sacramento, or is it just city?
So there's like 5 different.
I think about, yeah, about 5 different papers, and if you're in that location, you can submit for that paper, okay, to do the covering. That's nice.
This is a spoonbill.
Wow.
This one was quite interesting, is the simple fact that this is another one of the San Diego's. It looked more like a parrot, but as soon as I cropped those legs off, the side off, it looked like it was jumping out. I want to say surprise. So I really like this one because of that. It really transported when I cropped it.
What is that bird called?
It's a spoonbill. It's an African spoonbill. So the parts around the eyes are kind of pinkish, but it's all white. There's that one. Polar bear.
Oh.
So I took this one. Original photograph in 2006 or somewhere around that. Took the photograph, came back home, didn't really think too much of it. And just fairly recently, I looked at it again. I'm like, that's how my dog always did.
Yeah.
The splayed legs. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta draw that.
Oh.
So this was actually at the I guess that earlier San Francisco Zoo. This is one of my more recent ones. This is a fitted fox.
They're always a good drawing. They're always a good subject.
Oh yeah, I was actually lucky enough to be in the cage photographing this one.
Wow.
They're about this, maybe a little bit smaller than a chihuahua. Like, oh great, I get a pet little pet fox. No, it didn't really want much to do with me. It's like the more I work with some of these wild animals, the more I like my dogs. So the dogs want to interact with you. Yeah, you can see them playful on YouTube, but in general, dogs make such my pets.
You didn't run away or anything?
Huh?
You didn't run away or anything?
I was in the cage with it.
Yeah.
So what happens if somebody thought this would be a good pet? Got caught.
How big was the cage?
Oh, it was a pretty good sized cage.
But he didn't run anywhere.
No.
Behind from.
No, it was well, just the humans, but again, it didn't really want much to do with me.
Wow.
I was actually laying, one of the tricks is I want to be at eye level with all these subjects. On this particular one, I was actually laying down in the dirt, photographing it. Speaking of which, I always wanted to pet a monkey until I worked with. Well, they steal stuff. I was sitting in the corner, it was like a spider monkey, it was like I was petting it, grooming it, and then I had to go, so I got up, ran to the corner cage, growled at me, ran back, bit my shoe, ran back to the corner, and this was a super friendly monkey too, so I was surprised.
You never know.
No, I just didn't want me to go. It was joining the grooming. This one. During lockdown, I was constantly photographing in my backyard, and every day I was posting an image in my backyard on Instagram. This happens to be one of them that I don't think I posted this particular image. And this was a gradation. And around the gradation, I wanted to do kind of like a glow around the leaves and whatnot. And I said, okay, well, I'll just avoid that tree area, and then I'll go back and get the glow. Finished it all, looked at it, the glow was already done.
Wow.
I actually got the glow just right.
Oh.
So I don't know if anybody can guess the experiment on this one. So I was actually working with a square canvas.
Very, yeah, it's not like you, yeah.
Yeah. One of my friends said, I looked at it, he goes, "You were going square, that's very bold and unique of you." Yeah, I'm trying to play with the negative space.
It really works though, because you got all that.
Yeah. This was my little puppy. And this is actually hanging right now in a vet clinic right now. Yeah, Folsom. Or Fulton Boulevard. It's called 100 pounds ago. My gosh, she ended up being way over 100 pounds.
So is that watercolor paint in the back, or is that just from the?
Part of the colors, it's just because of it's the camera on the iPad. It's black and white. If you want to afterwards, you can Any more questions?
No, but I just think the way you, I mean, you're a fantastic drawer, the way you display it, the way you frame it, the way the negative space that you give it just adds. It's so dramatic, it's so unique, I've never seen it in Barton done this way before. It's inspiring me to kind of simplify maybe a little bit and do a little more negative space too. So it's been good to see this and see the results of it.
It's just, for me, it's just like, it has a room for it to breathe and exist. There's also another way of looking at it. My work is about nothing.
No.
So that drawing right there is a black piece of paper decorated with a snow left. But yes, it's just more about, you know, giving everything room to breathe, live in its own space.
I think it's amazing that my mind sees colors after a while.
Yeah.
You put in the
Oh,
colors.
phones, yes.
Yeah, that's my hard part of what I do is I try to get, you know, that's why I work from the colors. I really try. to Get push that.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So what's your Instagram name?
Artist Sean Bonito.
Artist Sean Bonito.
And then I can show you a recent drawing I did on iPad. If you're curious about what my color work looks like.
And he does have a website with available artwork. Just a little plug for you, Sean.
Thank you. It's hard to see. It's all washed out. All backwards. Yeah, that's really washed out.
I think it's the
Might be able to tone down iPad.
it's the light ahead. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, who is that?
Oops.
Oh.
I'm gonna try to turn on our lights.
Sean, did you say that was
Oh,
on
there we
Instagram?
go. Wow.
Oh. Is what it is.
Wow.
Kind of do this for more personal reasons. This is my father before he passed away. And I think I drew this before he passed away. No one, I wasn't gonna be able to do it.
Right. Well done.
Wow.
And this was all done on an iPad using a program, unfortunately named Procreate. I tell like I have sometimes I have parents ask me, "Oh, what drawing program do you use?" Procreate. But it's like, you know, you got this nice expensive iPad with a $15 or $20 drawing program that just made. So a lot of what you can do is a little bit hidden, but it's nice.
Well, thank you for,
Yeah,
your work.
Great, very nice work out, look, it's beautiful.
We appreciate it.
Mhm.
Thank you very much.
Did you have any bringing in art, business cards or anything? Or- No? Okay.
I was trying to get here.
Sounds like you had to bring a truck.
Yeah.
No, I'm car, so.
Wow.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. Yes.
Art House downtown.
We're there every second Saturday. There's quite a few other artists there. We're at 10th and R, Sacramento. We're right near the Boxing Goose. Every second Saturday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Sounds like a field trip.
Wow, yeah.
Thank you, Sean. It was great as
You
usual.
know about the rug trip?
Huh?
You know about the rug trip?
No.
How to clean an eraser?
Oh, I use my pants.
The rug does a better job. You know who told me that? The kids.
Well, I just wipe it off with my jeans.
Really crazy. I see.
I think we have about, I like.
Yeah, but that was yours.
Thank you, Jackie.
Love you, boss. See ya.
I think those, the handle on the shaker side. That's what I always